Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Smart Poker YouTube channel and another episode of Humpdazed. This is number 129, and my wife is on premises. She'll be here in the next couple minutes to join me. Hope everyone's having a good day, good evening. And there's the link. I'll see if I can get it pinned. I got 2 joints rolled. My wife's getting coffee, and all's well. There's our buddy Art Man. Links pinned, I do believe. How's it going, Art?
Good day and good evening.
How you doing, man?
Doing good. Just getting settled in. That's all.
Right, yeah. I see that Rolling Smoke said they have to go water 12 plants at a friend's house. That's pretty nice of you.
Sure is. Now that's a friend there.
There's our buddy Rocinante.
Hey, what's going on, Spot?
How's it going, buddy?
Hey,
Doing all right.
what's up?
Just getting some technical difficulties ironed out here.
I just banged my kneecap, bro. Hard.
I
have a drill.
That's going to leave a mark.
Got to dance around the room and shake it off, and we just got to walk
Yeah,
around.
man. Mother.
Hey, Jace.
What's up, Jace?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
I see a new batch of agar.
Yeah, there's a couple stages going on here. I got the home kitchen going on. So, yeah, I don't mean to like overwhelm the chat. I'm kind of low energy today. My phone's kind of low battery. So I'm just, whatever you guys want to see,
Yeah, man, we can. If everybody's, if you guys are sticking around for a little bit, Art and Jace.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see what he's got. Absolutely.
Yeah, in case his battery goes dead. Can we wait 2 minutes just for my wife to come? She'll be upset if I don't hold up.
Yeah, there's no timeline here. Just shoot the shit.
Hey, I don't know if you saw it real quick. This is just off to the side here. And I might have sent it to the wrong one, but and you were busy and everything. But this person had a homemade laminar flow hood out of the boxes like you were talking about, and it seemed to be working really good for him. And it looked like it was fairly attainable for the regular person. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that or not, but the laminar flow hood that I've got is a little bit extreme. It's actually called a biological safety cabinet. So what you're seeing here is not necessary for tissue culture. Like the fan filter unit, if you look that up, I think that's what you were looking at. And people kind of build a structure around that filter in the fan. So you got a big blower fan, you got a real thick HEPA 13 or HEPA 14 filter, and that's kind of all you need.
Yeah.
I think they're about $360 to $500 for a 2 foot by 4 foot fan filter unit, like and the enclosure. So that's about the price range for that sort of thing. Or you can kind of DIY it for probably like $200.
Right. And you know what? That's probably not something like, let me think, a freeze dryer. There's a few other things that you can usually find on like the used marketplace, but I doubt laminar flow hoods are big yet. But I could be wrong on that.
Actually, yeah, they have government resellers, and that's where I kind of got this one. And what happens is you'll have a grant come in for a university, they'll spend all the money, and then they'll have to get rid of the assets eventually. And so what happens is they just, take low price for it. And, sometimes you can get a really good deal on govdeals.com. You can go to a few other places, but laminar flow hoods pop up less frequently because people are looking for them. But I found that these biological safety cabinets, they're more available for whatever reason. But don't want to steer anyone down the wrong path though. You want to look for the laminar flow hood.
My wife's now joined us. Cheers, Crispy.
Cheers, everybody. Sorry I'm late.
Crispy.
Hey, Crispy.
We're ready when you are, Rob.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I made it right on time.
I told them they had to wait. They would be upset with me.
Looks awesome. Let's go.
Well, I don't really have anything primed up here, and like I said, I'm kind of in cruising speed. So I've got
Yeah.
what I was going to do is kind of make the media. I think we already did that and failed. I had like a pH issue, but now I have 2 pH meters. They're calibrated, so that's not going to be an issue. But we'll see what is. But yeah, I can show you guys how to make the media. I thought I could show some of the tropical plants I've got. I was going to put some plants and media already made. And then I just pulled this media out of the autoclave over there in the corner. And once that gets
Yeah.
down to temperature, I'm going to add the last hormones to that with the filter sterilization. So that's kind of what I'm doing tonight. I don't know if you
I
guys
did
wanna
have a
follow
question
along.
for you, Rock,
Please.
about the last time you was on here. You had those things that you were making. Are we going to
Oh,
get
yeah.
to those?
I'm probably going to dox myself here eventually.
No, you're
Walk
good.
in front of the camera. But
Yeah,
here's one
that's
of them. Yeah. So
So,
those are. Yeah. Go ahead.
my question was, is I noticed when you turned it, it was liquid inside. And the last
Yeah.
time we made this stuff, I thought it was more like a gel, or like a solid. And I noticed this time it was liquid. You said it was a throwdown between you and your brother.
Oh yeah. This is something new. So you're right. You're very astute there. That's the stuff that's in here as the agar. It's gelled, and the stuff that's in the in these has
Yeah.
the liquid. And so what I'm doing here is it's the same exact recipe as the one with the agar, only it doesn't have the agar. And so it still
It
has the
doesn't have the
nutrients.
gelatin like.
Yeah, but for all intents and purposes, it's the same. And
Same
basically,
hormones.
yep, hormones, the nutrients, all exactly the same. And so what happens here is instead of just one point of contact with the media, you can imagine you put a plant onto this. You put a plant onto that, it's just getting the nutrients right where you put it. If you have it in this, it kind of bathes the entire every surface of the plant in
Oh,
the
nice.
hormones and the agar, and you just get more contact points, get more multiplication. And so this would be a temporary immersion bioreactor, is what they call it, which again I think is kind of a self.
Oh, I love that. Let me do it again. Temporary
Yeah.
immersion bioreactor.
Yeah, that's it.
Wait till I tell
And so-
everybody we was messing
Sounds
with
dangerous.
some of those. Yeah.
No, it's just 2 mason jars on this thing that you can buy, and I kind of drilled it out. But so there's another form of this where you have like air that floats like a platform. I think it's called that's the traditional temporary immersion bioreactors, but this is kind of another system that does exactly the same thing, but it's a lot cheaper. And, okay. Oh, never mind, camera's fixed. Who's going with this? But I've built quite a few of them now, and I kind of have an array of plants in here. I have like monsteras and philodendrons and things like that. So I'm having a good time. But I'm hoping these plants start multiplying, and I can eventually maybe sell them to shops around here. A lot of them have like interesting variegation or different patterns on them. But that's kind of the extra stuff that I'm doing in here.
Got some
Make sure I like
blurple.
the tropicals. Well, actually, these yeah, that's what they like. They
The
for
red.
some reason, yeah, these tropical plants are in the lower canopy, and they kind of like that spectrum for some reason, and for tissue culture in general. The spectrum matters in your grow space and in these little jars. So you can put too much blue and it creates too much stomatal opening, and you get too much moisture in the jar, and then you get hyperhydricity, and then you have too much red, you may get too much elongation, you might not have as rapid a growth. So there's kind of like this sweet spot that they're still trying to figure out in tissue culture with lighting. And luckily, I have a really good friend who is kind of a light science minded person, and he's kind of like, these are the lights that are used in tissue culture applications for big labs like Conception, Node Labs.
Right.
Some of these people do it professionally, and so the Veloya, the company I worked for a while, the light company, they actually make these lights for tissue culture. So I was really lucky that my friend was able to give me these lights and let me use them. Yeah, they're kind of purpose built. So you'll see this pink and you're like, oh, it's blurple, but it's actually for at this time a good reason.
Right on. You know, I saw those last year. I didn't go personally, but somebody was XYZ Vector was walking us around MJ BizCon, and Photon Tech, was it? I think had a blurple light for a greenhouse, and that's all I heard of. And it could have been something down that same pathway you just walked down for like a greenhouse that's doing tissue culture or something like that, or just something different, because other than that, it seems a little weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely seems weird, but I think if you had a blurple light like the ones off Amazon, and then you took Photon Tech's fixture, I think that it's still getting modern efficiency. I don't think just because the spectrum is that color that the diodes are that the same. So
better than the 1.1 they used to get,
Right. Yeah, it's kind of silly. But yeah, I've seen that as well, some red spectrums. I don't really like them. It's not a good look. You have a greenhouse and it's just projecting purple. That's kind of a lot more. If you're an insect or a bird, you look over and like, what in the hell? It's like, it's just more disruptive, I think, to people and wildlife. But, yeah, it's me just yammering. But yeah, I am gonna make some media right now, but I'm also going to keep an eye on the temperature of this media. Once it gets to about 140 degrees, I'll go ahead and put the hormones in there. But hold on a second.
Cheers to the chat. Come to check out. He's going to mix up some media. Is that what is it starting culture media? What's the proper term for it? Is there one term that covers liquid and gel?
Yeah, pretty you can call it agar, you can call it nutrient media, is a lot of the time. Well, people just call it media a lot of the time. But yeah, that's, I don't know if there's a precise term for it. I hear quite a few.
Hey, working in the lab looks fun, man. I gotta say, that's my type of shit.
You said you walk around like the cockle walk whenever you get the pH right, or you say.
Oh yeah, man. It's like Mr. Wizard World in here.
Mont, you can't have food in the lab. I don't know if you make it in there.
I know, man. Yeah, you can have sugar.
Yeah, there you go. It's funny. It's like I put 30 grams of sugar in a liter, and it's kind of, I feel like I'm putting these plants in like a soft drink or something. It's funny.
Diabetic coma.
Right.
I feel like Wilford Brimley's going to come out and tell you about diabetes.
Yeah, so the first step that I did was I added distilled water. You don't fill it all the way up to the volume. I remember you asked me this question last time. I didn't answer you, but you do that because you're going to add stuff like this volume of sugar, the other hormones, the media. So what you do is you start out with less than the total volume you want to work with. You put in your recipe, and then you bring it up to that 1,000 milliliter.
Right, because you never can guess how much displacement you're going to get when you're putting all this in. So it's best just to add a little bit more distilled water at the end, correct?
Yep, you got it. And so the first step there, added sugar, 30 grams of sugar. The next step, I'm going to add the nutrient media, which is Sheehy and Spooge. And those guys, there was a professor and his grad student, and they came up with this concoction. I don't know when. But...
Damn, wouldn't that be nice? They were front of the line, man. You know?
Yeah, they have definitely retired early, I'm sure.
Cashing in early on this science, probably years ago. Yep. Because this is only new to me. I'm sure this has been around in other shit for a long time. You know.
Yeah, it's been around for quite a while now.
It's probably not even that new to cannabis. Like I said, it's probably just mostly new to me, especially in the what do I want to call it, a progressive area where they have like legalization for quite a while now and etc. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when this started with cannabis, but I do know that there's a lot of figuring out still to do. People in the industry are trying new things, and they haven't really landed on a precise nutrient, a recipe for all of the cultivars. It seems like there's a lot of variation. So this next thing that I'm adding is they call it plant preservative media. And what is it's isothiazolone. But anyway, it's a
Yeah.
that's for like bactericide, fungicide, stuff like that. So that's kind of like an extra buffer in case something goes wrong, but it's not going to save you. It's really going to just slow down the growth. If like a spore got in there, I think eventually it would still get you, but it might slow it down.
Gotcha.
That might do.
Hey, Rock, was that you that turned me on to Dr. LeMay?
Yeah.
He used to be one of your teachers or colleagues or something.
Yeah. So I don't like to speak negatively about people, but
Yeah.
I will about him.
coming close.
I wasn't very happy about how, I got me and my friend got this lab at the university, and then he waltzed in there and said, "Oh, it's a real nice lab. I'm gonna take it now." And
Oh.
we had already bought a bunch of equipment, and he kind of just
yeah.
bulldogged us out of the space. And,
Yeah, that's not cool, man.
No.
Well, I saw the other day he had people, all the students setting up grow tents and trying to teach them about I don't know what school or what it was, but I thought it was cool to have them put hands on filters, hands on the exhaust tents, or the exhaust, hands on everything, instead of just reading about it, and that's what I like here. Instead of just hearing about it, we kind of get to see it hands on, even though we're not right there.
Definitely. And yeah, I think that's good. I think students should grow. I was a big proponent of this. Students should grow a plant beginning to end and kind of see the whole process. That's what, if they're cannabis majors, they need to get their hands dirty. They need to get in there and do it, because you can read all about it, but whenever the rubber meets the road, you really figure it out. So, not to jump topics there, but
no, go for it.
Some stuff here, and I'm just gonna. So this is IBA. I went ahead and added 0.1 milliliter of IBA. That's a heat tolerant plant growth regulator. This metatoplin, I do not believe is. So I'm not adding the metatoplin right now, but I will be afterwards, like I am with the media that's cooling down. So I wait till it gets cool enough before it gels, and then I kind of I add this through a filter sterilization. So that's that, and that's kind of. Oh wait, that's not quite it.
Hey, that IB acid that's the same shit we have in our clone powder, right?
Yep.
That's the same clone powder stuff we have. It's a growth hormone, huh? Yeah. Okay. Good deal.
It said IBA3, but I don't know if it does. Yeah, it's the same stuff.
This is quite simple, actually.
It's extremely simple.
It's not, but it is. It makes sense. Everything's in powder form and this and that and sterilized.
And honestly, these are cheap. Like the ingredients are pretty cheap. But I think the thing that discourages people is there's a lot of ways to fail at this. You have to see it all the way through. You have to see the sterile procedure, because you do 99% of it right, and that 1% you don't is gonna make the difference. So I'm adding pH up. A lot of these, the nutrients in the mix are kind of acidic, so it brings it way down. So
Yeah, we rarely see anybody using up. You know.
right. Yeah. I saw somebody
Here.
bought a gallon of pH up, and I said,
Oh man,
good move. He said, "Oh, I got
don't
your
even-
stuff for my girl."
that shit's really weak. I don't even use that. If I ended up getting rid of any that we did have. I use potassium bicarbonate from Earth Juice. Pretty good stuff. 1 pound will last you your entire life. 2-3 crystals will change 5-gallon bucket by a couple points. You know.
Yeah, I use that stuff in citric acid. That fluctuated too much. So when you're out there trying that, don't do that.
The potassium bicarbonate's nice, but I found if you swing it one way too far, you only get one shot, and then you kind of break the barrier, you know.
So what I would do with that? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to mention the citric acid is quite a weak bond. So yeah, the pH tends to increase rather more than it would if you were using like a pH down. If you're using the citric acid, you can expect in a day or two that's going to creep up pretty quickly as the oxidation, or I can't remember what process happens, but yeah, gives off its electrons a lot more freely.
That's my experience as well.
You tried citric acid, Art Man?
Yes.
Yeah,
It seems
I
like
got
I read about it, and it said something about it losing an ion when it went from the reservoir to my grow tray and back. It was changing. So I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but it didn't work for me.
Yeah, shapes of vinegar as well will do the same. If some people say use vinegar as a pH down or whatever, but that's the same. It's quite weak. It's not going to hold that. It's not going to hold it.
And something that I found is with things that powdered or even solution that like change something really fast, is you kind of just make your own stock solution that's weaker. Like you'll just mix it into like a little bottle with some water, and then just add small amounts of that, and you can kind of slowly adjust it. Because like what I was doing here with the pH up, it only takes 4 drops, and it's really easy to do slightly more than 4 drops. So with stuff that I'm kind of just figuring out, I add a little bit of water to the pH up, and then I'm able to slowly adjust.
Right.
So I got it to 5.69, 5.7. And now I just added the agar. And typically at this point, you're going to want to heat the heating plate. But since I already have the autoclave kind of ready to go and hot, it's fine for me just to move this straight into the autoclave. So again, it was really simple what I did there. I'm sure you saw. I kind of make fun of this. It's like making complicated Jello, but yeah, this is, so besides the metatoplin, this would be the other one that people use. It's BA. That's what I have been using.
Yeah.
But it inhibits root growth more than the metatoplin. So that's why I'm switching over to metatoplin. Right now, I think I showed you guys that I'm not getting roots with the concentration that I had. And so I want something that, the cytokinin and the auxins kind of fight, right? And one inhibits the other. It's a relationship. And so I think the BA is doing too much to the auxin. But you can see it's just making callus.
It's all knotted up, man.
Yeah, and that's not what I want. So I'm trying this new method. No guarantee that it works. Again, I'm kind of an amateur on this. Like, I don't mean to come on here and pretend, I know how to do this really well. But I'm trying to figure it out. So
I'll help you through it, bro. Just stick with me. I'll show you how we do this.
I'll stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night, man. Hey, confidence is everything. We just made jelly gummy bears the last show, and we're just much thing right here.
I use citric acid too, but on my gummies, not for pH up for now.
See this? If you can make gummies, you can make agar.
How'd those gummies turn out? Were they the right consistency? I've made them and they're just slimy. And,
Oh, my
no
first
good.
batch was like that. They pretty much disintegrated in the bag. They liquefied on me, but yeah, ever since then I've gotten a lot better. Really good. I used 6 pouches of gelatin this time instead of 4, a little more chewier. Pretty good.
Yeah,
Strong, man. They're potent.
what'd you use for the material?
I used flour and keef. Plus I double infused it.
Nice. Yeah, I wonder. I bet that's just more. Oh god, like compared to weed, I bet keef's a lot easier to work with.
Yeah, and you can use a lot less of it to get the same result or even more.
I'm
It's
using
easier to
my
work.
pucks from pressing rosin for
That's a
salve.
good idea.
I'm wondering how it'll work with edibles. Well, I'm sure it'll work great, but dosing is the problem.
Yeah, it's kind of a mystery. That first dosage is a guessing game. After that, you kind of get it figured out.
Yeah, but with rosin pucks, it's a little different because they're pretty potent, from what I understand. So, anyway,
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of simple, but does anyone have any questions about kind of the media or like what the hell I'm doing? I mean, if not,
No,
that's totally fair.
no. Now the autoclave. That's just what are we doing in there? We're cooking it, obviously.
Yeah, it's just a big pressure cooker. So your pressure cooker you use at home. It's pretty much the same thing, only this has an extra basket inside of it, so that the water doesn't like boil up. You can use a regular pressure cooker though to do this. You would
And
just
so we're
wanna
putting it in there. We're putting it in there for the reason of
sterilizing. So we're gonna hit 121 degrees Celsius and 15 psi, and that we're gonna do for about 20 minutes. And that will sterilize everything in there. As my friend says, hey, you put a dog turd in there, come out sterile,
ha.
you know. So whatever you've done up until this point, this kind of cleanses the sins there, and you can reliably, as long as you know that you've done that and you got up to the right pressure, got up to the right heat, then we can kind of check that off the list.
Yes, and I think it's important that because in my mind, I would think 121 degrees could possibly, quote unquote, kill or change those things that you added in the powder, the acid, number 3, all that shit. But it can take that temperature, still be fine, do its job, and everything works out great, which is cool. That's part of the science behind it. You have to know not to overheat it, underheat it. And I want to welcome the one, the only, the American one.
Cheers, American one.
Cheers. I have a question for Rosinate. Rosinate. Is that the way you like it pronounced?
Yeah, Rosinante. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just let it go.
It doesn't matter. Dude.
Okay. I won't be able to get it right. But
it's not my name, dude.
All right, here's the question. So I've seen people, just put the cuts in water and they grow roots. Did you ever experiment with maybe just agar and the antibacterial, antifungal, and nothing else? Do you know like what I mean? With no.
Yeah, no, I have not. But that's something that I've thought about as well. Kind of
Right.
the reason I think if you did that, you'd end up with just a clone. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, honestly.
Oh, I get it. Because you want multiple shoots and multiple plants when you're done. Okay.
Yeah, but if you're strictly just cleaning up a cut to give to someone, and it's not like, oh, I only have these one samples of this plant that I need to make thousands from. Like if it's just that you have access to a bunch of plant material for that cut, you surface sterilize it in bleach, you put it in the media without hormones, it roots, and then you take it out. It's a clean plant, and that's the goal too. Sometimes it's taking a plant that's dirty.
Depends on your goals.
Yep. That's a good question, though. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I
Because, you
like
know,
whenever everybody gets engaged because it makes you think and it makes. I wouldn't have thought. That's a good question. We I want to say hi to the chat. We got a couple new people. It seems like maybe another show went over. A lot of people are starting to move in. Cheers! Thanks for coming to everybody here and everybody on the panel. Well, Samate's low on battery, so we did him first. Plus, let's be honest, it's pretty interesting compared to the stuff that I usually lead us in a direction of talking about. Even though we have fun, it's nice to mix it up when we can and get some. I like the science stuff; it intrigues me. And this is a heater, isn't it? You're heating those bad boys up to sterilize them.
Yeah, it does it with infrared, actually, which I think is kind of cool.
Oh, nice! Don't underestimate the power of sterilization. That's what saved us from the plague and a bunch of other shit that probably would have wiped out most of your lineage and mine too.
Yep.
They started realizing in the Black Plague that bodies laying around were given it to other people. They started burning the bodies and realized that lowered it. And that's kind of when we first started seeing that stuff. Look at this. And that was a bigger jar than I thought. It was like a weird angle, you know? Is this the stuff that was sitting there coming down the temp?
Yeah, this is the kitchen, TV kitchen here. So I'm trying to get, okay, there we go, 140. So we're right at the right point, and oh man, my glove ripped. Uh-oh. It's been contamination. But so what I've done, instead of taking the taking that metatoplin from the jar, is I've pre-sterilized and weighed or measured the doses that I'm going to apply and put them in these tiny centrifuge tubes that are also sterile. And I have these just sitting in my fridge. I have a bunch more in there. And so that's the sterile PGR pushed through a syringe filter. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be able to dump it in there as opposed to going through the whole process every time I do this. Like I said, I'm pretty low energy today, guys. I'm sorry if this is haphazard.
No, everything seems good, man. I like you taking your
Oh,
time. It gives us time to ask questions to help understand. Hopefully, if anybody else here has questions they're going to ask, I'm getting smoked up at the same time.
I have newt.
Shit. Yeah, well, I knew. Forgot that was a double batch.
Very important. I'm looking at those magnetic stirrers too. Those are really nice.
That is cool.
It looks very powerful with that vortex going down.
I don't think I have a use for one, but I'd like to have it. It's cool to watch.
Just like a lava lamp. Shit.
Yeah.
You can mix newts with it. If it's a heated one, you could do RSO with it.
Yeah. This is true.
Stay cost of
It did good on my newt, so.
You can use the magnetic stirrers for liquid cultures. Smart, do you ever get into the mushrooms?
I didn't get the package yet, man. That's one package I haven't gotten yet. I won some mushrooms. You might not have known that. I won some mushrooms on the last prisoner project, and they're supposed to be coming, man, in the mail. I think they may be coming from Canada, so we'll see how it goes.
That's awesome, man.
We've been wanting to try it. We just haven't gotten around to it. And who knows? I mean, we're going to try to get around to it, right?
Yeah.
Everything's eventual.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's hard not to.
He hooked us up. Our friend Martial Artist makes mushroom chocolates, man. Sent me some. And probably some of the best shit I ever ate in edible. Check this out. He got it all wrapped up in them things. He's pouring it in there. Is this gonna get gelatinized fairly
Yeah, it's
quickly?
right. Not quite. It's probably another 10 minutes or so.
Oh, okay.
It's right before the temperature that it would gel out.
So, question, Rocinante, what did you do with the other plants you had?
I've tortured them. Well, they lost the real estate, and then they sat in a box in the corner without light, and so they do not look good. I
Okay.
have some of them here today, but yeah, I have about 300 plants that are really upset. So we'll see.
Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
but I think that's what we're doing here today. Hopefully I can make a change there with the media, and maybe they'll start to.
Did they ever develop roots, or did they stay?
They did not develop roots.
Okay, just curious. And that was
But-
from an improper mixing of the agar solution?
Yeah, and just kind of my amateurism. I've kind of refused to pay the professionals for the exact protocol because I don't want someone putting a leash on me and saying, "Oh, that was you're using my IP," and so I want to get as far as I can without having to call in for extra help. But,
Independence. I don't blame. Damn right.
Well, I've gone through this with other people, and they've taught me things, and then I've regretted it because I have an NDA. But so behind me, the autoclave is kind of going off. I'm not going to turn around. But what I'm going to do is close the vent on the autoclave. I'm going to build the pressure there. So I'm going to wait for these to gel. I kind of leave the lids haphazard like that, just to let some of the steam out. And I've noticed if you close these up when it's still hot, they'll like suck, the sides will suck in.
Oh yeah.
Like these deformed containers.
Oh yeah.
So,
Even at room temperature, hell yeah. Mr.
So next
Wizard
I'm gonna-
taught that. Remember Mr. Wizard? You guys ever watch that show when you was kids? Or is it just something?
Mr. Wizard's World?
Yeah, it was like a Bill Nye the Science Guy, but it must have been local. But he's still kind of cool experiments. I love that show.
Y'all know
man.
who Mr. Rogers is, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's local.
All right, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
But you're
No,
right.
no,
It would
that's cool.
collapse in after it cooled down from the pressure difference, Like noodles from a Chinese shop, man. If you don't get to them in time, you take the lid down and it's all crushed. It isn't. That's it. You
French
have
fries get soggy.
Yeah, there you go. You have breather holes on them bastards, don't you?
Oh yeah, and these. That's one of the big things with cannabis that they found is that you either have to transfer them really quickly, or you have to have really nice vented lids. Otherwise, they just get slimy. They imagine like having it in a clone dome that was just 100% humidity all the time. They get this thing called hyperhydricity, which just means they got too
And
much
that's not
moisture.
much of an airflow, really. I mean, that's very minimal. That's about as minimal as you can get, right? That's the hole's only the size of a pencil eraser, if I remember.
Yep. And it's really all it needs. It needs that for gas exchange because it's going to build up a gradient, a pressure gradient, and like a gas exchange gradient. And so if the plant produces a bunch of ethylene gas, it's going to diffuse through the port as opposed to just sitting in there with the plant and kind of causing an issue. So next I'm just going to pop some plants in here. And then I think that's kind of the end of the demo that I had set up here. But one surprising thing that I found with cannabis is that I have not had contamination. Not just not had a lot of it, I just haven't had it. And I'm confused. apparently it's a big issue with this, but I have not found that cannabis is that hard to sterilize. So, actually, I think these are flowering. That's unfortunate. I just realized that. I don't know if you can see that. No, if you cannot, I'll pick it up. I think since
Oh
they sell in
yeah,
a box, you see that?
yeah, we can see.
Unfortunate for these guys, but hopefully they come out of that.
You'll have to re-veg those ones.
They'll have time.
Really cool how you need such a small piece of tissue culture too.
It's amazing.
We
And how
can-
many plants you can get from one plant.
Just one small clone could give you a whole shit ton of plants. No, Jim,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
not a vacuum chamber. Somebody come in a little bit late. They were asking if you're working in a vacuum chamber. Would it be that? Would that be considered a
No.
vacuum chamber? Not really,
No,
right?
those are kind of like the ones for
Yeah.
like really hazardous chemicals are just venting. It's just protecting you. This is kind of a combination of that. Go ahead.
Positive pressure. It's positive pressure.
Positive pressure, right? Is that what it is?
No, this one's this.
No.
Oh yeah, this is positive pressure. Yeah, you're
Positive.
right.
So it's sucking in the air, filtering it, and blowing it out somewhere, but all the air inside there is clean, right?
Yeah, the other one's
Okay.
sucking the air in. But
Right.
if you see these grids, oh, you can't for that. See these grids right there? That's sucking air in right here, and then it's pulling it down. So air that's coming through here is also going into the grid, and then air from outside is going. It's kind of confusing
I
because
got it.
this recirculates it.
And the little vents in the back wall is where it's blowing out.
No, that's sucking air in from the hood as well and putting it back through. There's this big
Okay,
filter
the
that
vents on
goes
top.
all across the top there,
Okay.
and then that's a UV bar right there.
Hey, Ross and Monte, one thing I wanted to tell you, I know you said before that you feel sometimes weird on these shows, but one thing you have to get used to, I realize when you're on these shows, is repeating yourself because people come in, you're thinking, oh, I don't want to go over that. We already talked about it, but feel free to just anything. It's a lot of times if it seems insignificant, it's not. Someone's going to ask about it. Because I always thought that we're running out of topics. Well, you got to go back over germination again. You got to go back over lighting again. You got to go back, so you always got to be fresh because that's how we get caught up. Complacency.
And I mean, even as people who we think we understand these ideas, like going back and just refreshing, sometimes you realize, oh wait, there's a step in between this that I didn't understand as well.
Yeah, makes a clearer
I
picture.
think back to the basics is a good way to go.
No problem, Jim. He's doing tissue culture. He made agar. You can see right there. He's taking it out of some gelatin agar, putting it in a new batch.
He's doing his part to overgrow the planet with cannabis. Thank you for that.
We've known Rock for a long time, since when he was starting his journey in the school.
Yeah,
He was growing. He was growing cannabis, but it's not this way.
Oh man, so I remember way back, you and Crispy were just, you're really engaged, really welcoming in the community, and I just gotta thank you guys because I don't even know if I would go down this rabbit hole if it wouldn't have been so fun, and I really do have you guys in part to thank for that. Because you really made the growing fun for me, and then that kind of was a gateway to growing other plants. So I really appreciate you guys.
That is awesome to hear, Rock. And we were having so much fun too back in the day. Smart and I often, think about the memories that we have over at Cocoa for Cannabis, the friendships that we've made, and the journey that it set us on, and a lot of fun over there.
Yeah, those were some fun. Watching everybody It's what caused all this, Rock. I enjoyed
Yeah.
watching people's grow, getting help with mine, helping people with theirs. Just sometimes it's just everybody banging on all cylinders. Success all around is wonderful, and it's a nice break from the regular world a couple times a week to come on here. And I like seeing this type of stuff, man. You're really and now I wanted to ask you. This is something I forgot to ask you last time. Is there all right? This might sound dumb. In a tent, we'll have on our minds we'll have so many square feet for plant biomass, if that makes sense. Because you think like that, I'm sure. When you're doing these, does that agar have any limit? You can't put 4 plants in a 3-gallon pot. Is this shit different?
Kind of. You can really jam them in there. I don't know if you've seen some of those other cultures, but there's maybe 50, 60, but those are philodendrons, not cannabis. But what happens with this is they will, the respiration hasn't stopped. And what's going to happen is they're going to overwhelm. You're just going to have to take them out of there quicker. So you got, I think you maybe saw, I put 5 in the first one, and then I put 1 in the rest of these. I started realizing that these plants weren't actually as degraded as I thought. This one's as wide as the container.
Yeah, it's pretty healthy looking.
It's not bad, actually.
For being in the corner.
Yeah, put them in the corner.
But no roots. That's the weird thing.
Roots. And
it's still getting nutrients through the agar, though, right?
Oh yeah, these get nutrients.
Look at that. Thing is wide.
The callus in there. Oh no!
Huh. Isn't that strange? And no
one put baby in a corner.
Like I said, I think it's the hormones. I think my amateur protocol here has caused me issues, and I've been reading some scientific papers recently, and I think I'm on the right track with the metatoquin, but who knows? I might be wrong with that too.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, on a positive note, there's no contamination in none of your old agar, even though it may not be formulated precisely. It did not get contaminated.
Yeah, honestly, and I don't know. I think I'm kind of good at the sterilization part. I really bleach the shit out of these. I really go a little bit further, and then I cut that dead piece off. And I think that's someone taught me that once. I think that's the critical thing for tissue culture. I don't know if you guys saw, but I just botched the lid on this one, so I'm gonna have to steal a lid.
No, but I was going to give you credit for not having any of the new ones marked.
Oh yeah. Well, it's good because I only have 1 cultivar right now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you would definitely want to mark them. So I'm gonna do maybe just a couple more. This stuff hasn't gelled quite yet, so there's not much exciting there. But yeah, what's everyone else doing? I really don't mean to hog the conversation. I feel bad.
Oh, okay. No, okay. I don't want to put you on the spot. We can back off.
I'm out of stuff, man.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
If you have 5 or more, whatever, multiples in one container, do you ever have issues separating them, or is that never a problem, really?
It's not been a problem because they haven't had roots. But I think if they had roots, you can imagine.
Right.
That's
what I'm imagining. Yeah.
Oh, this is hilarious. I'm about to make a fool of myself. So you know how I said I hadn't had contamination?
Boom.
Oh, no.
That's what it looks like, huh?
So one of these 5.
2, maybe?
Well, just this one right here. Yeah. That stuff, that's no good. So I could probably pull the rest of these out of here and sterilize them, but I've got a lot, so I'm just going to chuck this. But that's the risk you run. You put multiple in the same container, and this is what could happen. Yep. One goes, the rest is trash. And so you kind of risk it if you're putting a lot in the same container.
So one contamination out of all of those, huh? One little spirit. Yeah. You'll never amount to anything, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'll just pack it up. Anybody wants some used tissue culture gear?
Yeah. Send me a lab. Give me that lab. Yay.
But
I do want to get a couple of those jars, those double-ended jar things. I like that.
oh yeah, I wanted to do that with. I'm gonna put cannabis in there. I think there are other people doing it, and I think that would be cool.
One bad apple spoils the bunch. You're right, Thunder Dan. I think it's smart not to take the chance and possibly spread it around, especially if you have as much as you got there in front of you.
Yeah, I think spreading it around is probably the good. But I was getting a little cocky. I thought, oh, I haven't had any contamination. Why not do 6?
He found one contaminated, babe. She had stepped out of the room real quick. He found one. It was just around one root, about the size of a dime. It looked like maybe.
One's not so bad, right?
That's
You
right.
pluck it right out and
He threw the whole
get
tub
rid of
away.
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think some of the challenges to this is that people think they look at these plants and those plants look like shit, and they're right. And tissue culture is a rough environment for plants, and so I think the end result, again, you have to go back to think why are we doing this, and it's usually to clean up the genetics and kind of have something that's stable and preserved. So you're not asking for the best plants; you're just asking for them to make it.
I think that's a great point. So when you come across tissue culture and you see some beat up looking plants, I guess the goal isn't to have them at that stage to be in perfect health. It's more along the lines of resetting it and starting over. So they're going to look a little rough, like you said. It's a rough environment. It's not very natural, I guess. It's very high humidity. It's a lot of other things too, you know.
The hormones, yeah. Yep. It's mainly, I think, the humidity is the biggest thing, and that's where you start to see them. I think there's some browning on this. That could be from the light. It could be from the moisture. But yeah, maybe I'm just saying that because my plants look like shit, make myself feel better. But I think that's one thing about tissue culture is this isn't the best way to grow plants. It's just it's a way to grow sterile plants and to keep your stock consistent. And you have a lot of plants growing from the exact same cells. They're all genetically identical. Yeah, that's kind of what I came in to do today. I was just gonna make new media. I've got good hopes for these now. Actually, after getting them out of there, I think this new recipe is going to bring them back a little bit. And maybe next week I'll pop on. See what they look like then.
Good news.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna try to stop.
I know you've been
here.
busy. You had a bunch of stuff going on, and we appreciate you coming back around when you had the time. And if something comes up, we understand. But if you do find yourself with time, Ross, not there, it's always a welcome sight to see your wagon pulling into the driveway.
Indeed.
Well,
Indeed.
I appreciate the warm welcome once again. But yeah, thanks for entertaining that, guys. And if anybody has any questions like that they want to see maybe next time, I don't know if there's anything I could do. But yeah, send them in chat and I'll look into it.
Right on. My wife posted this your new link to Instagram. It's Subculture TC, I believe.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going under. Thought I'd make a few more names just to confuse people more. But
that's good.
Always keeping guessing. I like that thought process.
Shuffling the deck. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate the space that you guys have cultivated here. It's a really positive environment, and I don't know if you've poked around the internet, but there's a fair share of jackasses and people who don't have the same approach to community. So kudos to everybody here.
It's pretty simple, man. We keep grown-ups around, man, and people who are serious, and
people that are loving.
Everything takes care of itself,
That's right.
Sorry, Tal, go ahead.
No worries. I got a quick question again. The liquid one where you submerge the whole entire plant material,
Mm-hmm.
is that going to grow roots and shoots and a ton, or like how does it know which way is up and whatnot?
Yeah, that's the gravitropism is confusing. I think they're going to grow roots, and but this media is made for shoot multiplication. This is the BA, and so it's primary. Like what I want it to do is grow more plants instead of roots right at this moment.
All right, so then you get more plants, and then you put that in a solution that makes roots. Is that the
exactly? That's kind of the goal. Yeah.
All right.
And the way you do that is by manipulating the hormones that you put into the agar or the liquid agar, right?
Yeah. And something that the cannabis people in TC have started doing, they've realized because you have a next step after you've rooted. You have to acclimate it, which takes still 3-4 weeks. So they thought, why not just root during the acclimation period? And so what they'll do is they'll take a plant like I have here, and they'll just put it directly in the acclimation media, and it'll root. And it does the same thing. You have a rooted plant, and you just skip the stage. So that's another option.
This is pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
And you know, we want you to know, Rock, that we appreciate you. After all these years, we're still having fun, and I think that's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So one thing though, what happened to the grow challenges?
They're coming up. We're having a New Year's grow challenge, man.
Yeah, they're coming. They're making a comeback.
Yeah.
Our buddy Doc went through a divorce, man, and he took some time off and backed away for a little bit. Had to take care of his personal issues, and now it's back on, man. He wants to start having grow challenges. We're going to actually do the 4th annual New Year's Grow Challenge kickoff / New Year's Rockin' Smart and Crispy Eve show here on this channel, and we invite everybody to start a grow, smoke a joint, hang out, and kick off the New Year's and a grow challenge with us, and hopefully a full panel of 10 people. We'll probably go on at like 10 or 11 and run past the midnight hour and just hanging out and getting high and doing what we do best.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. Woo. Well, I'm just gonna mute my mic and go back to the peanut gallery, and
yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna clean up around the lab and stuff. But
okay.
Yeah, thanks again
for
having me on, man.
Thank you for coming. We're gonna roll up and do some garden tours, man. So we appreciate it, and yeah, if you get a chance, we'll see you around next week.
Oh yeah. Take care, guys.
Nice seeing you, Rock.
Yeah, you too.
Later.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, boys.
Cheers, pal. I see you, Jace. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, Rock.
Hey, we're smoking. I wanted to say we're smoking some cloud cuddler crossed with.
Say that 3 times.
Yeah. My wife spelled it. Hey,
go ahead. Yeah,
I gotta.
No one busted me on the videos that we posted publicly, so you might as well just.
You know that big tall one we posted? It was like 3 foot tall. It budded real nice. Well, on the tag, my wife wrote cloud cuddler instead of cuddler. She put the CL. So every time I got it out, I said the name wrong, like she spelled it. Now I'm doing it on accident when I shouldn't be.
That's what's called karma. Karma, buddy.
Yes, it is. It almost instant karma. I deserve everything I get.
That's Clarma.
You fucker.
Touche, my friend.
But anyhow, we're smoking some of that. Our buddy Thunder Dan is in the chat right now. He sent us these seeds, and wanted to say cheers to you, buddy, for sending these out. I tell you what, one's super skunky, and the other one just has a hint of it. It's not real strong, but the other one's
smooth, tastes good. Love the buzz. We appreciate you so much.
Didn't do
for the hookup. You're awesome.
No flush, smooth as can be, man.
Yeah, no flush.
White ash. My ash is whiter than yours.
I am not comparing. Don't forget it.
I don't believe it till I see it.
Hey,
I'm
that's
Irish.
funny when that's what it comes down to. Look at this guy over here, Jace. Oh, look at me and my
Look at
big
them.
bud.
Dude,
I know.
that,
They're
Yeah.
gorgeous.
That one in the back's really praying.
that's
They
a
are
beautiful picture, man.
Which one are you looking at, Frank? On the back left there?
Yeah,
Yep.
it looks a little per play.
It is.
Yeah, that's hang on a second. Let me grab my. There we go. Yeah, that's that purple penny dropper. That thing is frosty. It's starting to turn purple. So I've got this
Swoosh.
Tropicana cherry back here. It's supposed to be purple too. It hasn't turned purple yet at all. So that's interesting to see how that'll play out. So we'll wait and see.
What week are
Yeah.
you in? That one looks pretty close, no? The purple panty dropper?
Yeah, that's let's see. I'm finishing week 6 right now, so I got
Oh,
probably 3 weeks left. I don't know. We'll see. They claim these 3 in the front are 45-day streams. That's not going to happen. Ain't no way.
no, that other one looks way more further along than those. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
especially this blueberry muffin in the middle. It's just underdeveloped right now compared to the other ones. But it's still got time to go, so I'll just let it ride, see how it happens. They're looking great. I mean, they're healthy.
They all
Everything
look
looks to be-
awesome, dude.
Everything seems to be spot on. I mean, environment's good. Newts, everything, runoff, EC, climate, everything's great. Everything's pretty much on cruise control right now. Just keeping an eye on them, make sure they don't die every time I open the tin up.
Right on. I bet if those don't come in at 45 days, that company's going to get a strongly worded email.
No, I think I'm going to take a break on that for a little while. But yeah, these I like this Tropicana cherry. I like the way it's growing up. I can't really get into it, but I wish you guys could see it as good as I could. But yeah, it looks cool as hell. I can't wait till it gets done so I can trim off all the leaves and see what it looks like, get a good picture before I
Yeah, you
harvest
really
it.
You can't move much on it. It's so short and tight and stout, it just might crack it's the whole stem right off.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to get in there,
Yep.
but it's yeah, the whole thing all the way down.
I'd
Right.
say
You don't have to. You can grab a leaf. You don't have to grab the nug like that.
Oh my.
Just the tip. Oh, I broke it.
Grab one of the big ones and pull it. I'm messing. I'm only joking.
He ain't joking, man. That's his
No,
pet
I'm not.
peeve.
I'm
It's
crying.
okay to have a pet peeve. Hey, one time he stopped. My wife and I, like 4 years ago, was trimming on Instagram Live. We had the phone set up. And he come by. He's like, "Quit touching your buds, man. I didn't want to say nothing, but it's driving me nuts watching it." And you know what, Tal? Ever since then, I've been hyper focused on not handling the buds.
It goes much quicker for us too. We just go by the stem. I don't manhandle them either.
I just realized how much. Oh, look, we got an extra guest here. I just wanted you to not feel bad about giving that advice, Tal.
Yeah, because it actually
Hey.
helps. It actually
Tal.
helps us. So we appreciate you.
Al, I use a ping pong paddle to take care of them, so don't worry.
Yeah, I got my baseball bat.
No, but I see these people with their gloves, and when they're done, they got all the shit on their gloves. It's not on the buds no more. I don't even want to smoke the buds. Give me that glove. I'll smoke that shit. You know, I'm like, come on now.
Hey, Dan. What's up, buddy?
What's up,
Cheers, Dan.
What's up?
just going over our buddy Jace's garden. You gonna hang out and smoke with us?
I got one to burn.
Right on.
Nice. Well, that's looking frosty as
Yeah,
hell.
she's frosty, even though she's not far along. Maybe. Yeah.
Yes, it's starting to tack on some trichomes on it. I just need some more weight on those buds. It smells good though. This is that blueberry muffin, and it does. It smells straight up like a blueberry muffin. It's sweet, a little hint of blueberry on it. You get some good smells out of this, like that hella jelly. That's probably still my favorite. That's that front one here on the left, and then of course that purple panty droppers in the back. That's got it's like a grape, like kind of bubble gum, grape candy kind of smell, and then the other ones just smell like weed. Well, that's it. That's all I got going. Not too much. Just ready for the harvest, which is a little ways away.
I'd say you're about 3 weeks. I think you got it pretty close. I mean, you know, round about.
Yeah, it should be just around the corner. Hopefully before Christmas.
Looking good though.
That'll be my Christmas present to myself. I get a harvest on Christmas Day.
Yeah. There you
Nice.
go.
What?
That's the
Really smoking.
best Christmas present.
Cheers to the chat. Hey, Thunder Dan, I'm digging that shirt, man. It looks real warm too.
It is. It is. Even though when I woke up this morning, it was 62 degrees outside.
Yeah.
It's snowing here.
Crazy
Uh-oh.
weather.
It was
Clay
raining in
didn't
the
predict that. Clay didn't predict that, did he, Dan?
No, he didn't even want to snow, that motherfucker. We got
He
rain
wanted
instead.
snow everywhere.
But yeah, I got some that are week 10 right now. I'm going to chop them on Saturday just
I saw
because.
the pictures, man. They're freaking beautiful. I saw them
Amazing.
Instagram pictures. Are they on? Is the lights on?
Oh, yeah.
We can put peepers on them.
Let's
We can. Hold on a second. Hold on. You got to give me 2 seconds. I'm going to roll another joint, and then I will take you over. How about that?
Oh,
Look, oh, fuck! He's like,
Look at that. Let's put him on the spot. No, I'm just kidding, bro. Seriously.
no,
Get
it's
out
okay,
to
bro.
it.
It's okay. No. I can show you. I got to do the thing, though. Hold up.
Now everybody knows about the Thunderdome, right? I mean,
I
think
guess.
most of our friends here already know about the Thunderdome. Dan's custom built grow rooms because he's a guru at the HVAC. He has them where I suck a golf ball out of that thing from the lower corner, and very controlled. Look at that. What is that?
That is really, really cool.
It's the fucking Lord of the Rings, man, like the old school.
Is that
a wizard?
School.
Yeah.
Old 80s.
Anyway, so I always call this the Thunderdome, which is where my sip containers are.
Oh yeah, you're all full up.
Yeah. Well, these are week 9. They're ending their times in the dome. I probably should have supported that better, but whatever. Storm Shadow. Hey, Storm Shadow.
Those are
Anyway,
nice, big, tall ones back there, man.
That's Irie, right? The Storm Shadow.
yeah, it is. White Widow times a rise. I got a small issue with White Widow. I'm trying not to fly too close to the sun, man, because the fucking shit will kill my internet. But all of these that got color on them are White Widow times Black Widow. Pure Widow is what we call them. I got some plants I seeded up front here. These are sour pine saps, but yeah, all the purple. Fuck you,
Nice.
baby.
Beautiful.
I swear to God. Oh, yeah. And in these, I did some light F2 work on just to see if I can get some more pine out of them.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I pulled all their water leaves off of them about 2 days ago. I don't know if y'all do that or not, but I slide them out, take all their fucking leaves, and just leave the ones with frost, and then let them heal. Because once upon a time, I heard that you get chlorophyll on your buds from the damn weep holes, and that would cause it to have a weird flavor.
Yep.
So I'll take them and then let them heal, and then I'll chop them, like I said. But they're
I never
nice,
knew
man.
why wet trim was bad, Dan, until someone told me that, and I was thinking that was the one thing that I couldn't, that I never thought of. You know,
Those look great, Dan.
beautiful.
They're absolutely
Good
gorgeous.
job, buddy.
I did
I never thought about that until now.
20 and 2 gals,
Damn.
living soil.
Nice.
Wow.
Hey, this used to be, well, I think this was built as your drying area, and then it slowly just became like a veg, and then finish out area and all this other shit.
Yeah, it is still my drying room. That's what the racks are on the sidewall. I put in the shelves, the metal shelving. It's right here.
Baker
Standard
crap. Hell yeah.
shelf
And then,
standards.
yeah, And then I have a louvered fan, AC Infinity, that blows out. And then an inline that brings it in. Right here. And then this is a Science Dragon Alpha that I use mainly because it fits the space good, and I can make it do veg and bloom. So this is kind of like, this is the pheno hunt room. These are all seeded plants I ran from seed. So, you know, put them in here, veg them, flower them, and then I will cut this down. And then a week later, the other room, what I call the Thunderdome, because this is always a flowering room.
Hey, I want to say hi to Modern Genetics so he knows that he's hooked up and we can see you, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
Do
Cheers,
it.
guys.
But yeah, it's been fun.
Hell yeah, this is a nice run, man. You're really gonna. You got it's a lot of plants. That's like almost like a scrog through there. Living soil scrog, 2-gallon scrog, or I guess it would be a sog. There's no net.
Sea of green. Yeah, no net.
Yo,
No-
hold on.
no
What's that
training.
one on? What's that player on the right? That stretchy thing?
This over here?
No, to the right. That's your left.
Oh, this. Well, yeah, I got you. Yeah, the right, motherfucker. Hold the flashlight. Anyway, sour pine sap. So
That
I
thing
ran.
is interesting looking.
Yeah. Well, it's pine. So it's pine-ish. Let's say that. It's pine-ish, and it's got some other stuff in it. And so because I bitched so much about trying to find pine seeds showed up from basically Kingfisher. He feels sorry for me. But
There you go.
I was like, let's F2 them because I had a nice male. If you look back on my Instagram, there's a male plant. That's the sour pine sap male. And it's kind of like pine and funk kind of smell. Not necessarily all the way pine, but
We got the funk.
the tall girl with the 14-inch fucking internodal sections.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what's interesting.
Yeah, she's the one with the pine smell, though.
There you go, yo.
So I got to try to, I guess, hunt around in her. I don't know. The other two, these two are more that funky, piney kind of thing, but the nugs on this one,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
super
Pretty bad.
nice. And I didn't pollinate it. I just pollinated these bottom 4 branches. Like this one. This one's pollinated. Probably see the seeds in it.
Yeah, it looks like you could use those as a golf ball, those chunks. Dense as a motherfucker.
But like you said, I mean, still super fucking stretchy. I don't know.
Some people love that stretch.
I don't care, man. I'm after the pine. You do whatever. I'll wrap
Right, do
you.
what you want. I'll get
Wrap all. Yeah. But after flavor, and then I'm hoping effect comes with it because sometimes when you chase flavor, you get duds. But whatever, man. It's good stuff. All right, now I'm gonna turn this thing back around on me, and I ain't as nice to look at as they are. But
fair warning. Thank you.
Fair warning.
That's why I don't show my face.
It's whatever.
Hey, Smart, I got to get the hell out of here, man. I got to get ready for Let's Be Buds later. I'll be co-hosting.
Man.
I'll be co-hosting with Rick on Let's Be Buds at the top of the hour. We'll be talking to OC Grower 76. I've been giving away a bunch of his seeds lately, so if you want to listen to how he grows and specifics on his stuff, come on in and check it out. If you have any questions, let me know or join chat and we'll ask you. But anyway, I got to get out. So,
Awesome,
right on,
nice
man.
seeing you.
Peace out.
Peace, bro.
All right.
See you
Have a
later.
good one.
Holla. Peace.
We'll see you over there.
We're on my joint now.
Okay. Hey, before we go anywhere else, we have a question for you. In the chat, there was a question for you, Thunder Dan. It was from Hoobie Growing Doobies at Smart Poker. Can we ask Dan's opinion on reheat? Can you first tell us what reheat is in a smart layman's term?
Yeah, it's where you use an air conditioning to dehumidify your air, and then you run that air conditioned air back through a heat source and reheat it and put it back in the room.
And this is
So
done to achieve.
to basically lower the humidity and not have to buy a dehumidifier.
Because they're very inefficient.
Because they are very inefficient because they put heat back into the room.
Yeah.
Hoopy's just saying that because he's just being a little bit of a stop thrower is all that is. He's just trying to.
I think it's
So
a good question.
I thought he was going to ask someone to explain the offside rule next.
No.
It looks like Modern's muted, but he's about to show us let us put eyeballs on his tent. It's busting. You're muted, buddy.
Beautiful.
Maybe he can't hear. Oh, there he is.
Got it.
Got a new grow going.
We can hear you.
Big old pots.
Just got it scrolled out.
What strain is that?
It's 4 strains in there.
Oh, wow.
That's 4 plants. I got Golden Goat. This is Cowboy Cake. And we got Orange Chiffon. And Block Monster on the end.
Nice.
Yeah, no. I just set them up a couple days ago. And I guess
They're doing
got new
nice.
tin here. They got new exhaust equipment. I got air blowing in, air blowing out.
Right on, man.
Okay.
You got some big ass pots in there. They're doing great.
You know what else I did? This is something you should do, man. Suggest. See that?
What is it?
Insulation.
Put it on wood.
My
Insulation.
fucking tent's on wheels, man.
Oh, sweet.
I got my fucking tent on wheels, man. I can roll this bitch out.
Nice.
Oh, that's
So I can
smart.
push it up against the wall. Now I got it up against the wall. But I can just pull it right the fuck out and work on it behind it.
Yeah, as long as you leave some slack in your extension and your exhaust or whatever that's mounted to the wall, you can.
That all goes with it.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a 4x8?
Whole tent moves.
Smart.
The plant weight, the weight of the soil doesn't hold it down like Modern.
Somebody say something?
Yeah, the weight of the plants in there doesn't like hold it down, or is there board across the whole thing?
Yeah, put a platform underneath of it.
Oh, damn! All
Just
right.
think of it as a big furniture mover.
I see now. You got a board underneath the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's like a.
I got
Damn,
joists. I got joists and a flat board. I can walk on the inside of it.
Damn, that's brilliant, dude.
How many joints? How many joints did it take to come up with that?
I don't know.
Couple booby shots.
Yeah.
How many hot dogs?
All right, the wheels are facing that way, so it's got a little.
Look at it.
Check him out, man.
Hell
That is
yeah,
so
dude.
cool.
Hell yeah.
I love it.
That was coming real handy too.
That is so cool.
And look at the lights. What lights you got in there? They cover the whole space, man. Bam.
Yeah, what is that?
Oh, he couldn't hear me, but that looks like it's lit up like perfect. Perfect coverage. Maybe overkill, right?
The bars on the ends of those lights are really close together. It looks like a FCE or something.
Guys like that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm impressed, Modern.
Yeah, super nice, bro.
Yeah, and I got GML lights. Whole goddamn thing is just lights. This is a 5x10.
5x10. I thought it was a 4x8. What kind of lights are those?
GMLs. It's the 10.
Modern makes spares no expense, and he's got the shit jamming. Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, all that stuff goes with it.
That is pretty
When I
nice.
move the
Pretty
tent, it
slick.
all just goes with it.
That's it. Yep.
So, so that works out great.
How much you selling those for?
Those lights?
No, that platform. I want one with the wheels on it. Prefab.
Believe it or not, less than $100.
Oh yeah, that's not bad, man. Those little low riding casters are nice. You don't lose any height if height's an issue for some people, you know.
Well, I didn't want to lose height. So the thing's built on a 2x4 structure, but the ends I put on the flat. But the rest of it's not on the flat. All the rest of it's like, that way. That's why you put the wheels.
Yeah, that's a nice floor too.
So I ain't got the wheels.
Damn.
You're set up, dude. You can lock it.
I didn't want to lose a lot of height because I can still open my garage door.
Yeah.
Nice. And clear the fan.
What's the height of that tent, Modern? Because my tent hits the fucking ceiling fan.
Huh?
What's the height of the tent that's right there?
I think it's 80 inches. But now I basically added 4 inches off.
But that's a high ceiling.
Tops.
Well, how high is the ceiling with the fan? We got a fucking.
I don't know. It's a 9-foot ceiling.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can't reach the ceiling. 9-foot ceiling. But yeah. But yeah, I advise anybody put this shit on the goddamn platform with you, so it works out for you because.
I like that.
It's slick.
Even
you
to
got
push
the
it out of the way
on the
is great.
floor there.
Yes,
but yeah, that's 2 pieces of 5/16 OSB plywood, and I think like 9 2x4s, maybe 8, 7 2x4s.
Do you have anything going in that other tent? I thought I saw a second tent there you're on.
Yeah, they're dying.
Oh shit! I hit the wrong button. Jace wasn't letting you get out without zipping that thing
got
open.
some stuff dying here.
Yeah.
I've been picking out the bigger buds.
Christmas bud.
Let me show my camera out. I can.
Some Lloyd Christmas bud.
That's pretty slick, man.
Cool. Now I'm in trim jail right now. See, I've been trimming.
Okay.
Oh shit! Hold on. You got
Tis
big
the
old
season.
jar.
Well, that's what I've been doing. Sitting there watching you guys.
Right on, man. Christmas gifts in a jar.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking cheers. What can we say? How many times have you got out there and danced around with that tent? Just.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I cut it off. I cut you off right when you was doing your do-si-do. We'll come back to that dance.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
we
go
can
back.
be with we can be with you, Tal. It's fine.
Towel
That's
dance.
impressive compared to everybody else's, but here's my
really go.
flowers. And let me tell you, I thought they were going to be like 2 feet tall because that's what happened with the last ones I had in gallon buckets. These things are frick. They got to be 3 feet, if not 4 already.
Okay.
Look good. Look like they perked up quite a bit since the last time.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get more than a half ounce.
When I come on Sunday, the light's off. So I just turn it on, so they're sleeping all the time. But there was I had 2 that were kind of ugly looking. Now there's only 1. Because I top dressed with some earthworm castings, and yeah, this one's a little. You can see how light she is. She's not making a comeback too easy, but I can't even see
really
the other one that was messed.
They doubled.
Yeah, and they're making nuggets now. Like
you're
a lot
gonna have
more pronounced.
A bushel.
Yeah, they're coming along now, and
There.
they're happier than I thought they would be. I was a little, no, there it is. That's the one that was a little discolored. Because, yeah, I took them all out and I top dressed them and I rearranged them a little. And put the taller ones on the edges a little more. And
Yeah.
And I can't get this light much higher. I'm thinking about doing the old put up the tent, but don't put the tent around it and hang the light from it. But I don't think it would be very much higher, actually. So I don't know. But, yeah.
Run with it.
The stems are really these plants really blew up. Seabirds, man, these things took off. I can't hold them back.
Is it under metal halide now, Tal?
Yeah, HPS.
Oh, you're still on the H. Oh, right. Yeah. I
got
see.
the glasses.
Yeah.
They looked a little, you get the colors better.
Yeah. Just confused me there. Sorry.
Yeah. Good. You got good eyes though. All right, so yeah, there's really not much to show other than you can see how little they are right now, the nugs. But they're definitely coming along.
Yeah.
And I still need to do some work with the
chat. You got to see them
with the white. I got to white out the walls and whatnot. There's like 3 in the middle here that are really starting to make some nugs.
Nice.
Okay.
Somebody tell me they're gonna take a long time to flower.
But some of them, yeah, for sure. And some of them are like, I think it's because they wasn't getting a lot of light too. It's a little, not forming quick and fat. Where's the camera? There she is. That one's not really running. Yeah, and I got the light. I did it like that now. It's as high as it goes.
Oh, that's the way to go, bro. You got.
It's almost like you can move. You can shimmy that light across there, Tal. So it's sort of like stick it on half on one side and half on the other.
Hang another one.
I can move.
Not a light move, a bit manual.
Move it a little over this way one night. Move it a little over this way one night, maybe.
Yeah, half day each side.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and I took off a lot of more lower branches, and when I pulled them all out, I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna get no light. So yeah, I feel like these look like Buddy Kilowatt's plants. He's got like long plants with all the. He got long ones. He likes it like that.
Sometimes he's walking under them. They're taller than he is.
Less chance for rot.
I don't have much other than this one to show yet, and I got this little spot over here that I didn't get. I need to do some work in here, but I got 2 closets going. I'm thinking about bringing them out here into the big room and be like, fuck it.
See how? Yeah, they're still hanging in there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, there you go. Agnes Beckett says you hang a horizontal bulb.
Oh yeah.
Put it on a heavy duty extension cord. Toss it over that rail. Let it hang.
Just let it hang.
Just grenade it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Just get some sort of single ended. I don't know. You could you have it's 2 lights. That would be way too hot in there. It'd fry them.
Just to shift that light periodically.
And I don't think they're gonna get they're done with whatever stretch I think that they were gonna do,
Maybe not even just move it, just tilt it to face one side and tilt it. Put weights on one side of the on the hood. They'll just direct the light one direction, then put the weights on the other side of the hood to direct it the other way. Instead of moving it, you just move the hood, rotate it. Yeah.
Weigh it down.
On one side, or pull it down, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask Jim in the chat. Is it Selmer? Jimmy Selmer. I'm sorry, guys. He asked a little bit ago and I missed it. He said I'm stupid. I still don't understand reheat. You're not stupid. It's not. Maybe we're not explaining it the greatest. He says you're trying to dry out the air by using a dehumidifier, by hooking up a heating element to your AC unit, ? No, if I understand correctly, you just crank up your crank up your AC because AC is inherently dehumidifying the air as it cools it down and sends it back into the room. It's cheaper just to make it really cold and combat that with a heater than it is to run a dehumidifier.
You
Correctly?
reheat the air after it's been dehumidified, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's why your AC drips water because it's dehumidifying the air. Cold air holds
Yeah,
less water.
the condensation that it's making that runs out is the water that was in your air. It aka dehumidifies, takes humidity out of something. But like most air conditioners, a 2 tons probably rated at like 80 pints a day. So it's like an 80 pint dehumidifier in itself. And you already run that, right? Because you're trying to keep the room cool. Problem is if you are trying to always use that, then the set point brings the temperature way the fuck down, right?
Like 64.
And you're trying,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you get in a fuck range, and so you want to bring that back up. And what they're doing is they're supplying another heating something in front of that. So that could be electric heat, or it could be Carrier, and some of the other brands have come out with a coil that they pipe the hot gas of the refrigerant back through, so that they use basically the same air conditioner to do the reheat as well. So it's just gotten more sophisticated.
Boy, what a savings in energy that is right there. You're running one AC unit and getting all of these benefits from it.
Yeah. But then other people do little retrofits on. They're doing it in commercial grows because commercial grows, it makes sense. Instead of buying 10 Quest dehumidifiers at 10 grand a pop or whatever they are, you just, pay a higher electric bill and put strip heat in down the trunk line. And then, air comes out, it's cold, goes through reheat whatever we have out front. It heats the air, tempers it back to 72, 74, whatever you're trying to do, pushes that back into the room. The lights warm that up to 78, 80 degrees, and you don't, have a grow room at 60 degrees and no humidity, or what I'm saying?
For a cheaper price.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, with the refrigerant loop, yes, because you're already making the hot gas in the process of air conditioning, and if you just bypass that and send it in front of the coil, yes. But if, like here, I have a dehumidifier right over yonder, and it just sits and runs. I mean, I live in the South, runs all the time. I dehumidify all the time. We every now and again get a spike, it'll go low 40%, but most of the time it's like 55, 60% outside. So I have to try to work it down in here with plants, but I don't do it because, I put a 5 kW heat strip that pulls 29.6 amps when it fucking lights up just to temper my air. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not convinced that my dehumidifier doesn't pull less than that, as far as wattage is concerned, and, building power and all that stuff. You have to be mindful. Can't do everything just because we want to,
Here's my heating and cooling flex for the day, Dan.
What you got?
Add up all your wattage in your grow room and your grow space, multiply it by 3.41, and that will give you the amount of British thermal units you need to offset that heat. And you have to take into consideration the atmospheric outside pressure of just whatever it is outside. And then boom, shakalaka, you're in. Go a little bit over that, so you got some extra and you're not running it full bore all the time, and you're in. And tell them everybody Smart Poker sent you. Call Thunder Dan, and he'll come right out to set that system up.
Right. Do you know we put off 1,000 BTUs? The big question is what is a BTU, since you said the British thermal unit thing? Do you know what that is?
That is a great question. Let's go to Britain and find out. Live on the scene, Asinai.
Well, I should really know this, considering I'm a qualified plumber. that was one of the basics of energy consumption. It's
Right.
like it's the amount of energy that it takes to create heat, basically. Or the expenditure of heat in the process of creation of energy, and BTUs for heat and everything, and joules for electricity.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I might be correct. I might be wrong. Might be a
You're
little bit
close.
more.
You're close.
Yeah.
You're close.
It's how
You're
much heat a
close.
human puts off.
No. It's the amount of energy one candle flame puts off, right? So one flame of the candle, if you put it underneath 1 gallon of water, it will raise that gallon 1 degree Fahrenheit in 24 hours, right? So that's 1 BTU. And so we talk about BTUs because, there's a fictitious word called air conditioning. There is no such thing as air conditioner. It's only heat loss and heat gain. I either put heat in something or I take heat out of something, but it ain't got nothing to do with your air conditioning. We made that word up so everybody would know what the hell we were talking about, because it gets crazy, right? So, when you look at air conditioners, they say 30,000 BTUs on the side of it, right? And then you're trying to match how many you need for your equation that you dropped out on a smart poker about how many watts put out, and all that jazz, right? So when you're matching that up, that's just how much, when it puts that heat out, I can capture that heat and remove it. And I do that by making coils really cold and pulling warm air through them and taking the heat out of it, putting it into the refrigerant and pumping it the fuck outside, right? And then discharge it outside. But yeah, y'all wanted that, didn't you?
Yeah, good stuff.
Thanks. Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's whatever, man. You should do your math. The big thing is really more about your power and coming to you and what you got it plugged into, especially as we move into the cold season of life and people put heaters and stuff in. You should, watch how much you're pulling through your circuits or your shit could burn.
Yep. Good point. Make sure you run it directly off the plug, and some of that stuff you can't run extension cords for. It's not the wisest move.
No. They would say that an extension cord is not an approved connection.
Yep. It'll heat up.
Nor a two-way or four-way.
No.
Yep.
Cheers.
Holding the wire.
Hey, man.
Or pushing the wires in the socket with a matchstick. That doesn't suffice either. I had my washing machine catch fire last week, or last week,
wow.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, I was like, it tripped my electric out first, and I'm a little bit. I can't see what's wrong with it. I'm just gonna throw the main switch back on again and see what happens. Yeah, and it was all right. There was no sparks, no smoke or anything. Stuck the washing machine on the cycle again. Walked away. I'm like sat in the living room with the boy watching the TV. I'm like, I can smell that. That electrical burning wires. I walk into the kitchen. I knew what was going on as soon as I could smell it. I'm starting to go into panic mode. I'm like, now the electrics are still on. It's not tripping out now. And it's just a big cloud of smoke rolling across the back of the machine. And I'm like, looking at the grandson. He's like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm going to have to put him outside of the house. Make sure he's safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. That was just all the plug behind the machine had actually just all melted and, just caught on fire behind the machine.
Yeah. I'm glad everything's all right, man. You was there to catch it, no kids around and stuff. That's scary.
We never put anything like washing machines or anything like that on when we're not here. you know, or when we're in bed or anything like that. Don't ever put anything on when you go to bed. That's a big mistake.
Yeah. Yeah. Be mindful. Check your connections.
Yeah, man.
Always keep a level head when you run into situations like that too. It helps.
Here's one you can appreciate, you guys. My old man put a water heater in not long ago, and you know it's electric hot water. So there's a feed for the Romex to go right down inside the machine, and where that feeds in, they give you that little clamp. They clamp the wire tight so it doesn't pull out. Well, there was a big burr on that clamp, and when he clamped that down and he flipped the breaker, boom, he saw a spark come off there, but that was it. He didn't see nothing else. So. But it ended up frying the heating unit inside, and he had to take it back. And he took the whole unit back, explained to him what happened. They could see what was going on. He had his receipt. They gave him another one. He went home, wired it up again, and because my dad's very adept at wiring, man. He wired his whole house, my house, and a bunch of other people's houses, and he knew it wasn't him. But that's the type of shit you can run into. You know, it's not always our fault.
Yeah. Well,
take all precautions when you.
Yeah, you got to check, right?
Yeah.
I bet you he checked to see if there was a burr on that connector the next time.
I bet you he always will. Yeah. Yep.
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 You know, even though that shouldn't be what he has to do, but you know,
that was what caused the problem. You know,
yeah, the cord.
Installed the machine a few years ago, and eventually, you know, if you've got, because this is you know, you're running sort of like chemicals through this coming from your dishwasher and whatever, and this was basically running behind the machine, and it's been there for years. Don't ever pull the machine out or anything like that, and it just perished. And I would assume a little bit of water's just come squirting out and got into the electrics behind the machine. So that's check all your pipe works and everything occasionally. Preventative maintenance will save you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Safety first, man. Especially if there's kids around.
Don't put your plugs on the floor in your grow rooms. That's a big, you know, I've seen plenty of people and that, you know, you get a little spill and whatever, and all of a sudden it's just run across the floor onto your plug that's sitting there on your extension lead.
Yeah. Tie them up, man. Set them on top of shit.
You must have never played Don't Piss on the Electric Fence ever.
You know, I've had a few electric shocks. I used to hang around on this old on the market where I live, and it's just like old wooden stalls, but they're all fully wired up for electricity and stuff. And I was just sat there with my finger in an empty light bulb socket. Yeah, my mate's just stood there. He's found the master throw switch for the whole power supply. And I've got my finger in his light bulb socket. He's just thrown it on, and I'm like, oh my, you know, that's stuck. It's gripped me, and I'm frozen there, and it's pulling my arm in there. Yeah, I've had some electric shocks. Don't like electric.
Crazy.
Those are some nice buds, man.
What are you trimming?
What kind? Modern. You're muted.
Yep.
I'm trimming Platinum Asset.
Ooh.
Bingus. Nice.
Biggest strain.
Is that one cheesy or modern? Because I had a slightly cheesy one of that.
I tell you, I don't really like the lowers, but the uppers look great.
Huh.
So
that's how we feel about all of them, right?
I feel that. Yeah.
Point the lowers, but man, the uppers are nice, but it's not a trimming. It's got a lot of trimming to do on it. But it's a frosty ass girl. She's a frosty bitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the white because it looks white when it's grown, doesn't it? As you know, it's got that whiteness. You know, when you say, you know, typical old strains, usually you know, you have your whites. And that's the category I would throw that one into, as a white strain. Platinum.
Platinum, I think is a little fucking fickle little bitch. So you get some of that with her Platinum Cake.
The White Widow's white, huh? Thunder Dan.
I like them widows.
So now, what do they call it? A boy widow, because a woman widow is a widow. What's a dude?
Widower.
No, that means he died, leaving her a widow.
Right.
No.
I think they call them widows too, right?
I
No,
guess
it's a
so.
widower. If the wife dies, the man's called a widower, and if a man dies, she's a widow.
No,
So-
when the man dies, he's a widower, and she's the widow. No.
So
Maybe.
just to fuck you up
the
a
man
little.
dies, the widow. The woman dies, he's the widower.
That's why when you're walking through the woods and you see a tree hanging up high, they call that a widowmaker because your
I
wife.
call him the survivor.
Right. So, just to mess you up a little further, Tal, there was no male widow in this line. This was just 2 females, and I reversed one.
There
And
you
so, all chicks.
And so the black widow and the white widow.
Right. The black widow I
one?
reversed, and the
Okay.
white widow I dumped the pollen on.
Got it. Now, is there a reason why you did it that way?
Yeah, because the black widow had the better growth pattern. And so I was kind of hoping that maybe, because I had only done regular plants and just looking at how males do, right? Like maybe the pollen donor gives the structure to try to help, you know what I'm saying, pick up some of the other ones. Just like that cloud cuddler cross of Smileys. I liked the plant, but it was short. And so I tried to smash it with the black widow to bring it up tall. What do you think? How you think I did, Smart?
Nice.
Think I brought more life to him and made him tall? He's like, I didn't grow the other
He got
ones.
pretty tall.
But yeah, I noticed it, and I was like, okay,
No,
see, because that's what I wanted it to pass. I don't know.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like you're doing it. Thunder awesome, dude.
Well,
it was perfect for like a scrog or something,
Okay.
I don't have any handy. I don't have any pictures of it handy. I got this picture
It
handy.
had
Look at this
they
picture.
were chonkers.
Boom. Grab the world.
That's a good-looking kid.
Yeah. Here's one. Boom.
Ooh,
Weeds
boom.
and an eagle.
Bang.
Somebody shared that. I thought it was pretty cool. All right, I'll stop pushing.
Hey, I just want to remind everybody real quick to head over to the Let's Be Buds. Our good friend Artman is going to be hosting there, and he's going to be doing an interview with our other good buddy, OC Grower, which is awesome. I've been watching OC Grower for a long time. I was lucky enough to catch an interview with him and Rob Smith. Rest in peace. Gone but never forgotten. And I recommend everyone go over and check that interview out. In fact, I'm going to cut out right now so that I can go get a snack and I can be ready for the show. And I just want to let everybody know how much I appreciate them and everyone coming on the show and being here and hanging out. And I will catch you over on that show. Girl love.
Girl love. See you, Crispy.
Cheers.
Crispy.
Right on. Artman, he has been getting around lately, giving away seeds. It's nice to see that. He's really part of the community.
I can remember when our man didn't want to show his face.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You
No.
stay in the shadows. It's fine.
Not bad at all, buddy.
Yeah, that's all right, Van.
You don't.
He ain't
Yeah.
much, that's for sure.
I'm waiting for my first plastic surgery. Then there is that one episode. It's like 15 minutes of my face on the Eagle show.
Right.
Wizard love, wizard.
Showed his face once.
Once upon a time.
Once I saw it. Yep.
It was Halloween.
I remember that
Yep.
show.
And I had my buddy lip sync so that he wouldn't know it was, with family. I'm fast and I'm furious.
Right.
Lucky I was there when it happened, because otherwise they'd probably never find it.
It's
Yeah.
lost in
probably
the
never
archives.
found out.
And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, time Yeah. During the COVID years, I didn't realize how much, even though the world was a fucked up place, it was a good time for me anyway. In my own little world, growing weed and hanging out, talking with everybody, and having not a worry in the world. But
everybody came out, didn't they?
That's where a ton of people started their shit, and a lot of people got connected during that time. Yeah,
we had a lot of time to spare.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now I miss it.
Yeah.
I miss it. I don't get to hang out late night.
Yeah, bring another fucking pandemic. No.
Yeah,
Anyway.
they try and trust me. Did you hear that guy? All right, let's not.
Disease
get
X.
No. Don't do it.
That's already here, bruv. I just had that fucking. I've just had that. We ain't well, or we ain't been well. That's not good.
Yeah. Well, no. Then
Oh,
you
yeah.
said you have to stay inside when the aliens come down from the sky. So we'll get our time again.
Yeah, man. It's getting close to the end of the show. You can tell everybody's stoned off of their gourd.
Yeah, but shit works.
A face for radio. That's definitely me. A face for radio. It's my crooked, my dead tooth in the front.
I can't stop smiling though, which is a good thing. Even though no, actually, I like smoking some keef that plant outside. I've been hitting on that, and it definitely got better as time went by. But it's still not, nothing that I would like brag to my friends about. But it works, and I ripped off some keef, and that's what I was smoking. A keef topped bowl of that stuff.
Okay.
Different, you know.
A little sun-grown.
Something different gets you a different buzz. Get you something different. Make you feel different.
Yeah.
I do like my hash. That's what I'm smoking now. It does hit you different. I find it's more in the face.
Yeah.
I find. Yeah. It gets me all squinty eyed.
I feel like you look right now. I see.
Oh.
Okay.
One tong, ting tong.
I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
Y'all bad.
I think I'm turning Chinese.
It is the point.
Yes, that is the point. I think a lot of people forget about that. They just want it to look real pretty on the IG. It's got to smack you with a 2x4 in the back of the head, man. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Forget all the rest.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking to Kingfisher, laughing, saying, "You think the purple ones will get us high?" I'm going to run them long too because I like about 30% amber. I just really like no clear. I like all cloudy. I don't care 30% amber type stuff, but it's always a crapshoot till you smoke them, But some of the pretty ones, they kind of,
Yeah. All them pretty colourful ones I've grown just recently, I've been unimpressed, and I'm like, yeah, just give me the green back. I want the light pale green, the fluorescent green almost. Give me that.
Yeah.
That's where the high is. I think the purples, they're antioxidants, they're anthocyanins, and we want to get intoxicated. We don't want to get detoxified. So yeah, it's counterintuitive for the effect we want.
Right.
It's medicine, but it's good medicine.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it might be good medicine for some.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll light it on fire regardless. But whether I keep the clone, so I have all of them still, so I can sort them. I'll hold them until we kind of make a decision, and then
I'm part of a marijuana eradication service.
I
destroy cannabis in small
fires. Who knew?
Small fires.
Who knew? And you're just right around the corner. Who knew? Just do that locally.
Saving lives over there, Tal.
Sure is. One plant at a time.
One plant at a time.
We're down to the last 5 minutes, man. Let's jump off here so everybody can go over and support Art Man, Uncle Rick, and gang over there. So we'll go around real quick. Everybody can say their goodbyes. We'll start with you, pal.
All righty. Yo, thanks again, Smart, and shout out to Rosinante or whatever, how he likes it. I love watching that and learning about that because, whatever. Micro clones might be a really good way to go. Forget about all the other stuff, just micro clones. So you could have like a bunch of clones in a small spot and have them when you know what I'm saying. Anyway, shout out to everyone, and be a plant killer, but be a plant killer when they're mature and ripe and looking good. That's when you kill them. Kill them good. Right. All right, peace out, everyone.
See you, Tal.
It looks like Modern One dropped off, so we'll say goodbye for the Modern One. Everybody knows him. He's been around for a long time, great in the community. Check him out. Up next, we'll go Thunder Dan.
Bye. I'll see y'all later.
Thanks for coming, Dan. We'll see you around.
Yeah, no worries. I'll see you.
Yeah, cheers, everyone. Thanks, everyone, over on the Rick Show. Hope everyone has a good rest of the week. You know, good things to look forward to. That's the weekend.
Yeah. Right on. Thanks for coming on tonight. Glad you're feeling better, man.
Cheers. I'm glad too.
Right on. Up next, Jace.
Yeah, glad to have you back, guys, tonight. Towel plant's looking good there, man. Smart, thanks for hosting again. Chat, fun hanging out with you guys. We'll see you over at Uncle Rick's, and grow love.
Grow love, everyone.